I'm not about feminism at all. I've been anti-feminist since high school because it's really destroyed dating and getting married and having kids.
Why do you think that?
Because an unequal society is what I would call a safe society. What I understand about feminism, it's a civil rights movement in the West. I mean, it's kind of a global issue. I call it cancer because it placates off of the natural inclination for women to be corrupt. It's a very corrupt ideology.
Did you read Rachel's book?
Which book? No, then.
Occult Feminism. Occult Feminism.
No, I haven't.
I'm probably plugging.
And the reason why I've been anti-feminist since high school, because again, I'm a product of the.
One sec.
Go ahead.
Hold on.
What was I saying? Women have a particular innate capabilities that can make them very corrupt and manipulative. And I notice with feminism, it really magnifies that because it actually calls it a civil rights movement in the West. And it's a fake civil rights movement in the West, but it really just ends up becoming a big government situation, which is what most civil rights movements in the West is all about. It's not really about your civil rights. It's not an inequality thing because we have equal rights. But I'm at the point now where I'm like, less rights for women, the better. Because it's actually becoming such a cancerous society. It's destroying family and tradition. And I'm very patriarchal. I appreciate the patriarchy.
Question.
Hold on.
Sorry. I want to hear it.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Before I let you come in.
Yeah.
You were making a face when she was talking about not liking feminism or whatever.
Give it to
me. A lot of you were actually grimacing, so I'll give you guys all a chance to state your disagreements, I guess.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I'm a content creator that focuses on fashion and beauty content. I support women empowerment. All my audience is women, like 80% of my audience is women. I'm very much for women empowerment, like making sure women like feel like they should be able to be independent. They don't need a man. Like they can have a successful job and career without relying on a man. A man should be able to support you and support your dreams and careers and aspirations without bringing you down. I don't think anybody technically needs a man to do any of that.
I do.
We need them. We really do.
You can want one, but I don't think a woman needs one. Like, I am financially independent, always have been since I was the age of 15. I've always had a job, always knew how to work, knew how to pay my bills. Like, I never needed any support from anyone, including my family. Like, I didn't need that aspect. So without women's rights, like, are you saying that women shouldn't be able to be successful? Like, I want to be a successful woman. I want to be a girl boss. Like, I want to live my life the way I want to live it. I don't want it to rely on what a man wants me to do.
Do you want kids?
No,
or
I
marriage
don't.
Or anything like that?
I want to be married, but I don't want kids because I'm just not a person that finds a need for. I just don't like children. I worked at an amusement park for a long time. I worked at a mall for a long time. Like, I
What's
just
the point
don't
of
like
getting
kids.
married if you're
To be
not gonna have
happy,
kids?
like, I just want.
Right, that is the purpose of marriage.
Literally, the point of
partnership.
marriage is to have kids.
To be fair, you can.
I thought the
you
point
can
of marriage is to have a
kids.
life partner.
Yeah, it's
You
to
can
have
have
a partner.
kids outside of.
Some people are infertile.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think about that?
You can have kids outside of marriage. You can stay with somebody for your whole life without marriage. But okay, so you don't want kids though.
Yeah.
I just don't see the point. Like,
I
of
want to be
getting
happy
married.
with somebody. I want to have like a partner that supports me through
Yeah, you can stay
everything
with-
I do. I want to support them through everything that they
don't-
do. At the
you
end
don't
of the
need
day,
marriage
we
for that.
build each other up. I personally want to, like, I want to have a wedding. Like, that is a fantasy of mine. Like, I
a
want to
fantasy.
get married. I want to have a wedding. Like,
See, you want to have the wedding. You want to have the marriage. Wait, how's that?
It's the
You want
show
the
of it.
wedding,
It's the
not the
fantasy of
marriage.
it.
The wedding.
It's
She
not
wants-
the actual unity
doesn't
or
wanna be a
union
wife.
of it. Right.
That's
She
not what
You
she
can
said.
still
though.
be
She
a wife
doesn't want
and
to be a
have kids.
mother. She
yeah,
wants
No,
to
that's,
be a
I
wife.
want to be
exactly
a
what
wife,
she
but
said.
I don't
Because
want to be
marriages have
a mother.
kids.
Not all
Yeah.
men want
But you said the
kids.
wedding is the fantasy. What about the marriage specifically, absent your own desires? Like, what is the purpose of the marriage?
Like, the supporting one another and having that bond.
But
You
you
can
said
have that
partner.
absent marriage.
But you said you don't need a man.
I don't need a man. I
So.
can support myself well.
She
on,
wants
like,
You
one.
can
She
want
doesn't
something and
need
not
one.
need
Yeah,
it.
Exactly.
We
I
want makeup,
new
but we don't
Gucci
need it.
shoes.
Yeah.
I don't need it. To be honest.
Sorry.
That's the difference. Like, there's a want and then there's a
That was a
need.
dumb
I don't
analogy,
need a
but
man
you
to
get
be
it.
who I am. I can want a man, and I do want a man, but I don't
Okay,
need
who else
one.
disagreed with her? Do you,
I did.
disagree?
I'm kind of on the same wavelength as her because it's like, I mean, I don't need a man, but I want one. Like I moved
Okay.
across the country like by myself and found a place within the 2 days. I didn't need a man to do that.
Okay,
Yeah.
really quick, I just saw your tattoo. Can you it's a heart and a Q? What is
It's
it?
like Queen of Hearts.
Oh, I thought it was like QAnon or some shit. Okay, that's cool.
No.
How does one become a queen? You already are.
I would be surprised.
You have
if there was
disagreements
QAnon.
with what she said?
Yeah, I particularly am, stuck on your claim that you think women should have less rights.
Yes.
What does that mean?
I don't think they should vote.
You don't think women should
Not-
vote?
Not at all.
Women
Now-
they make up a lot.
You also don't
do you
think women
vote?
should
I don't necessarily believe that women should not vote.
I'm going to tell you my take on this. It's kind of simple for
Okay.
me. Because I'm going to sound like a hypocrite. I voted my first, twice.
Okay.
But I started getting into feminism and
Okay.
how it's really corrupted and how women in government really corrupt it. There's a
Straight,
corruption in,
straight,
I'm
straight.
sorry. And in my view with voting, prior to women voting, men, landowners were voting. They had a
Okay.
stake in the game. But as soon as we gave women the right to vote, they have a proclivity to being commies.
Okay.
Because it's innate to their nature.
Speak. Just
I understand, I think, the generalization that is making you make that claim, but I have seen the statistics, and I think perhaps the women that aren't voting in alignment to your values and morals are uneducated women and uneducated people in general. I think there should be perhaps a basis level, and I know that education is not accessible for everybody in our country, but for our government to function in the way that is going to be best for our society, I think that there should be a base level of education, because recently there's been a lot of uneducated people who have been voting, and those are the people who have been showing up and showing out. And I think that maybe those people don't align with your morals and values. Not all women. I think that's kind
Well-
of crazy, because there's a lot of dumb men who are voting, and just to take away educated women's ability to vote, I don't think that's
well, we're
fair.
overeducating ourselves in the West. It's actually an overeducation, and it's actually more simple. Sorry.
Does that not feel like
Straight.
almost regressive,
Straight.
though, that thought process? And I understand it's traditional.
No, you're fine. It is regressive in the right ways.
Okay.
I appreciate an imbalanced society where women are not at the helm. When a society is declining, we're putting women on the helm of that ship. And men really have to guide it into stability. Now, I'm not a fan of men who are kind of like feminists too. There's a lot of guys that are feminists, and they're also a liability to what I would like to see as a traditional, safe, and civil society. So it's not just women. A lot of guys are actually allowing this to unfold, and it's very problematic.
Did you know that guys actually allowed women the right to vote?
It's a mess.
Aren't they so nice?
Absolute mess.
Actually, no. Most women really weren't like for all.
We're
of
not
that.
even designed for it. It's actually a stressful world to get into politics, especially for women. It causes a lot of stress on women too, and it's like less stress, the better.
I know,
You know?
I did not vote the first, I think like 1 or 2 times that I could. But I have. But like going back to like those years where I could have voted but did not, I didn't know what
Yeah,
I was.
That's
like,
you, though. I know.
That's a lot.
A lot of other
Majority.
women know.
Majority.
That is
Well, okay, sure. But do you not feel the minority of women who are educated and who do enjoy taking part of our democratic process should be able to vote? You don't think they should have that choice?
That
You
comes
really
into-
don't think so just
that
because they
com-
don't agree with you?
That comes into no, not even that. It comes into question if it's really a democratic process. It's an absolute disaster, the democratic process.
becomes tribalism.
But tribalism is normal. It's innate to human nature to kind of become in our own tribe. But yeah, it's not really a democratic process. It's also why.
You had something also you wanted to touch on from a couple minutes
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
About what she said?
What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. Okay. So I completely get what you're saying. And like, and like you need, I guess maybe because I come from a household where like my mom and my dad were high school sweethearts.
Good for them.
He unfortunately passed when I was younger, so my mom had raised me and my sisters and my brother and stuff. So like what makes the question I have for you is, do you think that after like my dad had died, do you think that my mom should have found another man? Because like in traditional sense, like that's
No, that's not. No, that was totally out of her control. She didn't walk away from him.
so
You know, that
so
that
the-
was totally out of her control.
So if she would have walked away from him, it wouldn't have been okay for her to be a single mom. I'm just trying to understand.
Well, she made the choice, and now she has to suffer as a single mom. You know, having a two-parent household makes a world of a difference raising children, especially young sons. You know, they need their fathers, but girls need their fathers too.
I think being married is a huge
It
deal.
makes a huge. It's actually such a blessing to be married.
It's dangerous
I would-
to be in a cohabitation
But
situation.
single mother households can be dangerous too because the women are so exhausted raising kids by themselves. They might even put children in a dangerous situation
No,
just for their
fair.
comfort level, you know? And that kind of thing is a liability to the children. You know, a lot of convicts are actually products of single mothers. It's a fact,
Go for it.
an unpleasant fact.
For almost 21 years of my life, aside from, you know, my mom, she has another baby. He's 7. I didn't have any really father figure, and she's an amazing real estate agent. Like, she is so successful, so successful. And I mean, like, she's been in a relationship with my stepfather. I mean, I could consider it my dad, but I didn't need any man in my life to be like, you know, like, do like sports and all that, like just teach me things. I didn't need that.
It's not
I
about
was with my
sports.
I was with my mom every second, and there was all the times I didn't need her, but she was always working, and I was with her everywhere. She didn't leave me alone at home. My dad actually did that. So it can go both ways. But my mom was, you know, to say like they turn into felons and all this stuff. My mom was the most successful woman
Well,
ever.
it's not everybody.
And she didn't need.
Yeah.
She still doesn't need the man that she's with, but she's with him because she loves him. But they're not married. They've been together for like 9 years. But like, you know, I wouldn't say that. Oh, they turn into felons or convicts, and that's, you know, a
Well, the
dangerous
statis-
household.
the
My father was
statistics are
actually
high
more
on that
dangerous
one.
than
It's just a
anybody.
reality.
It's
just the
also a
statistics.
statistic that people with two parents household usually have like abuse in the home or like mommy or daddy
gonna ask
issues.
you
No,
that.
that's not a
Married.
high
It
statistic.
can, but it can also be,
It's possible.
but
It
just as
happens.
it's statistically that like, just as it's statistically that like people with like single mothers are prone to like be felons or convicts. That's the same thing that people that come from a two-parent household.
No, of course it happens, and there's two-parent households that have, you know, Jeffrey Dahmers. It happens,
Right.
You know, but that's not the high statistic. The high statistic is, you know,
This is just the other
It
side of the
actually
coin.
causes an identity crisis, especially for young men. You know, they need their fathers to know who they are. Women can't really teach guys how to be men.
So what about single fathers?
It's kind of a rare. That's a more rare situation
That's not
because,
true.
well, guys are truly, what I understand is they're less likely to walk away from a relationship. They'll even suffer in the relationship to save it.
You think they're more likely than women to do that?
Yes.
Are there stats I can look at for that? And also, I just wanted to say your claim as well, how abuse in two-parent households isn't as common. A lot of that is not documented or reported. So I think that's just something to acknowledge.
There's
Well,
documentation of
wouldn't
that.
it also not be documented in one-parent households also?
I don't think she was referring to abuse. It was a different statistic.
No, it's
right?
there's
No, but anytime
documentation
you-
and statistics on that. We can pull
In
it
any
up.
scenario where you say, well, in this scenario, it's not documented, well, then by extension, it also would not be documented in the other circumstance
Abuse
also.
is documented, generally
Right, but
documented.
she's
Only if
making the
it's
argument. and
reported.
she-
Well, yeah, but if we're
she's
talking
right
about
in
children.
the sense that, yes, some crimes or some abuse is not documented, but that would apply across the board.
Yeah, I hear you. I think we were comparing two different statistics, though. It was kids who become felons in single-parent households versus abuse in two-parent households. So I see what you're saying, but it was two different measures that we were.
Well, I think the stat is that people who come from one-parent households, what the stats show is that they're more likely to there's more likely to be criminals.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah,
I
see
mean,
that.
single parenthood, single motherhood is really put on a pedestal in our society. It's actually cancerous to society because you procreated with this man And now he's this evil guy that you have to run away from. But the child is a reflection of this man. You know, you can't run away from that. So I obviously what I'm saying is not a sense of every case of single parents, but it's really hard on kids because they kind of end up resenting the single mothers for this behavior, because most of the time there's a selfish behavior on the single mother's part to leave. They don't want to sit and actually
Wait,
work
can
something
you
out.
Just try to be straight.
I'm
with
sorry.
the mic if you can.
Yeah.
We're gonna let a couple chats come through. We
Yeah.
have.